DJ Dewey rock on the track.
Welcome to Immerse Podcast 360. I'm your host, Maserati. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. No matter where you are in this metaverse world, we're going to continue to bring you the best quality content and formula that we know how. We want to thank you guys for all the likes, shares, and subscriptions on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, and now TikTok. Hey, we have a great episode of Beyond the Game for you guys today. We're jumping back into the class of 1993, and we're going to visit with one of the best to ever do it when it comes to speed, power, agility, and mobility. He was the man to do it at 6'2", 240 plus pounds. He was an all-district shot putter. Check this out. At 6'2", 240 pounds, he was the anchor leg for the 4x1 relay state championship team, and he was a powerlifting all-district and state champion. We give you none other than the class of 1993. The legendary Terrance Moses is in the building. How you doing, T-Mo?
I'm feeling pretty good, brother. How you doing?
We're elated to have you on, bro. We just want to thank you for stopping through and sharing some of these gems. For the ones that may not know you, kind of give them a background about Terrance Moses and coming up in Scrap City.
Oh, well, I was an Army brat, you know what I'm saying? Grew up, you know what I'm saying? Dad was in the military or whatever. And once we got out, you know what I'm saying? Once he got out the Army, you know, we moved down here like my freshman year, and you know what I'm saying? It was a rough start. You know how it is moving into a new spot, but hey, everybody, you know, pretty much welcomed me, you know what I'm saying, with open, you know what I'm saying, open arms, and hey, and that's where it all started from.
Right, most definitely. But T-Mo, kind of take them back to childhood. We know your late father, he was official here in youth sports, but kind of give us a background how it all got started when you guys knew you had that talent.
Well, tell you the truth, man, I pretty much would do anything just to get out the house. Hey, I'd play, you know, baseball, football, or whatever, lift weights, power lift. I would do anything just to pretty much stay out the house. But you know what I'm saying, once I found out that I had the speed and I pretty much can, you know what I'm saying, take it to another level, then that's when I pretty much got serious with it. You know what I'm saying? Once I made it to the high school, you know what I'm saying, during my 10th grade year.
Right. We all know that you guys did some remarkable things at Bastrop High School in the 90s, bringing the talent back to prominence. But just looking back on it, what would you tell 18-year-old Terrance Moses after the experience at UAPB and going on to play in college? What are some of the things you look back on and you reminisce about that you would change if you could go back?
Man, if I can go back, I would, for one, you know what I'm saying, I would tell myself, hey, you know, no matter how rough or tough things get, you know what I'm saying, just to stick it out, because once you go from the high school to the college level, you know, there are guys that's, you know, just a little bit more faster than you, just a little bit more stronger, you know what I'm saying, and they town that they was the man too. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So when you ready to take that leap, it's somebody, you know, just as good as you or just as better as you, and you just got to just stick it out, you know what I'm saying, no matter what.
Right. You know, T-Mo, you were one of the guys that I looked up to playing ball in the 90s. Like I say, class of 93 with the likes of, we just interviewed Wade Stevens and Heizo Calls and Carl Givens, Fred Halston, Marcus Sawyer, who graduated in 94. But looking back on the guys like Matt Knight, what are some of your fond memories of playing for the Bastrop Rams in the 90s?
Well, one of the fun memories, man, for one, back then, I don't think we had the discipline. I mean, we always had the talent, but I don't think we had the discipline, you know what I'm saying, to take things further than what we could have, you know. Hey, man, thinking back, my junior year, I don't think we didn't win a game, man. Like my boy, me and Bobby Hill used to always say, man, we didn't win a coin toss that year. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So all we had was each other, man. And, we, you know what I'm saying? We had the talent, but, you know what I'm saying? I don't think we just had the discipline, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So, other guys have said the same thing. Fred Halston, Wade Stevenson, who we recently interviewed, said the same thing. But, you know, you look at the coaches we had, like Coach Warren, Coach Warren, what was Coach
Trimble?
Coach Trimble, Coach Warren Trimble, Coach Evans, Coach Staxton. Those guys tried to instill that in us. But do you kind of feel, just knowing that we wasn't supposed to win, we kind of didn't take the game as serious as we should?
You know what? That's a valid point. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it was. It was pretty much instilled in our head, you know, that, you know what I'm saying, we wasn't going to win, or, you know what I'm saying, or back then, you know what I'm saying, if you pretty much played a big name, you know, we had already lost because we had figured that, you know what I'm saying, we wasn't on that level anyway, you know.
Right, most definitely. You know, and you look at it, I think what happened was, once we beat North Caddo, I believe it was your senior year, my sophomore year, we beat North Caddo, and then we started seeing that we could compete, and I think you guys started trying to pick it up. But then, how was it when we finally got to 5A district? Would you explain to these guys? It is, like I always say, it's nothing against what Bastrop High has accomplished throughout the years, but I want to go back to when we was a 5A program. Timo, you was in there with the likes of the Bradys and the Victors and things of Rustin and Watch Talk. Tell them how it was being down in the trenches back then in 5A football.
Oh man, 5A football, like you said, man. You know, saying big ups to what they've done. Once they went to 4A and all that good stuff. But man, 5A football was a monster. I'm talking about, and a lot of us guys was going both ways. You know what I'm saying? So. You know what I'm saying? So you can just imagine that going both ways against the Washita, the Russian, and the West Monroe. So, yeah, it was tough, man. But, hey, we had to pretty much just stick it out and just, you know what I'm saying, do what we had to do. And that's another thing to help us to get into shape. You know, because you had to be in shape to go both ways.
Right, you know, and that was part of it. You know, we may not look at it that way, but that was proven discipline right there, how you guys were able to keep your bodies in shape to go both ways. And that was a lot of determination once you guys seen that you could compete. But what we're going to do right here, Timo, we're going to take an intermission, and when we come back, we're going to jump into you being not only a predominant football player and a track star, but you was a district and state champion at your size in track and field, not just on the shot put, but on the track with the 4x1 relay. And we're going to jump into that when we come back with 1993 Bastrop High class. The legendary Terrance Moses, a.k.a. T-Mo, is in the building when we return after this intermission.
I need that one-on-one. When you back against the wall, here I come. And you can count on me. I need that one-on-one. When you only get one call, here I come. And you can count on me. I need that one-on-one. When you back against the wall, here I come. This is a message to my son. I need that one-on-one. When you only get one call, here I come. And you can count on me. Drop City hustler, that's where I'm from. When you never leave a pad without packing your gun. The pressure that I feel weigh a metric ton. Cause back in that trap is my oldest son. I need a one-on-one. Don't guess, don't wonder, just come. I need that one-on-one. When hanging with them soldiers ain't fun. But first things first, I got to shake him loose. But you gotta keep in mind that he was raised in that boot. But you gotta keep in mind that I was raised in that boot. So it's like, who you talking to?
Immerse 360 Podcasts focuses on uplifting rural and urban areas and dire conditions with no solutions by shedding light on pioneers, athletes, and political figures who have made an impression on Northeast Louisiana and surrounding areas. Immerse understands the social and civic needs to love, learn, live, and laugh. So, tap in every Sunday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. on all social networks and platforms. Always remember, Immerse 360.
Welcome back to Emerge Podcast 360. This portion of the show and this episode is being broadcasted on KDOI, the Rock radio station, and we're doing different things every week here at Emerge 360. We want to thank our sponsors, Bracell Family Insurance Agency and Stepping Stones LLC of Jonesboro, Louisiana. We're still here with the class of 1993, one of the most arguably best defensive, and we're going to say all-around athletes at his size at 6'2" and 240 pounds. Terrance Moses in the building, former University of Arkansas Pine Bluff Golden Lion. Timo, before we went to intermission, brother, we were sharing and reminiscing about playing up under the likes of Rick Hudson and for the Bastrop Rams. But let's take these people and really show them about the athleticism you had for a man of your size. Take them on the field in track and field and the shot put.
Oh man, track and field shot put with the legendary coach Joseph Evans. Man, I mean, it was just like I guess around my sophomore year, you know what I'm saying, I might have ran like a 4.8, 4.8 and a 40, and just being out there, and and I guess they needed like somebody extra on the, on the relay, you know what I'm saying, like my junior year, I even ran the 100 meter, 100 meter yard dash, and man, it was just a God given, ability and talent that he gave me. And I just tried to run on with it, man, and and the shot put was just pretty much naturally, you know what I'm saying.
I imagine some of the looks you got pulling up with the likes of Marcus Sawyer, Joseph Mansfield, and those guys, and then you hopping off the bus at your size. What were some of the reactions you got back then running the 4x1 at 6'2", 240 pounds?
Oh man, the reaction I got is stuff like, "Wow, man, that guy can move for his size," or man, that guy must play fullback for Bastrop. It was just a whole lot of oohs and ahs, and and I just pretty much tried to do the best I could, man. Like I said, I would have played golf as long as I could, stay away from the house just to get out the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And a lot of times people don't look at, that's what sports is all about. It gives the young youth an outlet to do other things and keep their mind from being idle, to get into things that may jeopardize their lives or jeopardize their future. But being a basketball Ram, like I say, coming up, guys before us in the early and late 80s were 0-10, but through it all, we always were predominantly in track. But you were able to accomplish something more than just track and field. You went on to be a district champion in shot put in the track and field events. You were a top contender. Kind of share with that about your power and strength with the shot put.
Well, I believe all that came with we had a coach named Ray Hansen, came from Bastrop High School. And at first he had me try to do the little spin technique, and I had the speed, the power, and do it. Like in practice, I would be dead on, but for some reason when I got to the meet, I would always mess up. So I had to change my little form up, and it was just a good thing, that I still had the power, the power and the speed, to change up to a different style. And plus that also came with, I used to be a power lifter too, you know what I'm saying? So so everything just, sort of just fell into place for me.
Right. Being a power lifter, we're going to get into that next. But share with the people about, how was it you able to stay academically sound, being a two-star athlete and being a real popular guy on the campus back then when the light and the prominence started shining on that program? How was Terrance Moses able to stay focused?
Well, man, first of all, the good Lord for one, and plus having a good praying father, that was a preacher, pastor, and hey, he was a no-nonsense guy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, back then, I looked at it, he was strict, but now I looked at it, he was really just trying to protect and save my life, you know what I'm saying? So, I thank God for my father for being strict on me, you know what I'm saying? Because it helped me, with a whole lot of morals and a whole lot of boundaries, you know what I'm saying?
Right, most definitely, most definitely. And I know he kept us disciplined when he was officiating us in baseball. You didn't like the call, but he stuck to what he meant. And we seen that in him as he supported you. He was at every game, every practice, everywhere we went. We looked in the stands. We knew nobody else was going to be there. We knew Mr. Old Blue was going to be there rooting us on. But, you know, T-Mo, we look at it now, you being a power lifter. A lot of people didn't know that you not only had speed and size, but you had power with that agility. Tell them about how prominent the program was during those days with the powerlifting that we were able to accomplish at Bastrop High School.
Man, back then, I believe, I mean, you know, so we weren't that good in football. We didn't have a good football program, but when it came to track and, you know what I'm saying, powerlifting, you know what I'm saying, for some reason, you know, we was always going to be in the mix, you know, so I mean, that's just, you know what I'm saying, that's just something else that came with the territory, you know what I'm saying? Just like I tried to, you know, sometimes I try to tell these young guys, you know what I'm saying, hey, man, if you want to be great, you know what I'm saying, you can't just, you know, so you just can't halfway do it. You can't have just speed and not have power. Or you can't just have power and not try to have speed. You got to, you know what I'm saying, come out and just try to have the whole package. You got to come out and, you know what I'm saying, you got to put in the work every single day.
Right, you accomplished those things at Bastrop High School. Like I say, guys, he was all-district defensive end of football. He played both sides of the ball every Friday night. For 3 years, he was an all-district, all-state shot put. And like we said, at 6'2", 240-plus pounds, he was the anchor leg on the 4x1 relay. And he went on to be a state powerlifting district and state contender in powerlifting at Bastrop High in the 242-pound class. But he received a scholarship, and he went to a program that had just recently came off probation. I believe was some of the longest ever in NCAA history, them in SMU, Arkansas Pine Bluff. T-Mo, take us there when you was kind of one of those guys they recruited with the hopes of rebuilding UAPB after coming off such a long period of probation.
Oh, man, that was, wow, that was kind of crazy and rough because, to tell you the truth, like my whole high school year, I went to LSU summer football camp, and that's where I pretty much wanted to go to, but it didn't work out for me. And but you know what I'm saying. But you know, the good Lord directed my path down to Pine Bluff, and it was something else, man. You know what I'm saying, to try to help them build their program back up, and you know what I'm saying, then coming in, you know what I'm saying, wide-eyed, true freshman, and you know, going there, you know what I'm saying, competing, and, you know, you have guys that's just a little bit more experienced than you that, you know what I'm saying, you might have the talent or you might feel like you putting in the more work, but, I mean, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, that's just how it is, you know, they pretty much have politics or, like I said, they might think the experience is going to get them over the top, but, you know, hey, but it was a great experience, though, man. It really was.
You know, share about that, you know, HBCU experience, going to a small school like UAPB in the SWAC. Share with us about playing in some of those classics that you guys played in, those rivalry football games when you guys really met the team that it didn't matter what the record was, you wanted to win this game.
Oh, man, that was just a good atmosphere, man. I mean, it's almost like, you know what I'm saying, no matter how good or how bad you're doing, it's almost like a family, you know what I'm saying, atmosphere, you know. I mean, I can, you know what I'm saying, I can recall, you know what I'm saying, my first year, you know what I'm saying, just going in as a freshman and just like, wow, man, it's just the love, you know. It's just the band playing, and it's something very different. It is. It's something very different.
Right, you know, and T-Mo, I've been trying to get you on for a minute, and I just wanted, for the people that may not know, this is a humble guy and this is a modest guy, but he was a monster and a beast on that field when we played in the 90s, the class of 93. Anyone can tell you that watched during those times, he was the Claude Roden and the Josh Downs of that era. And that's how good of an athlete he was. And like he said, politics and basketball not being a prominent program, those D1 schools kind of took a generational gap when it came to certain players during that time, like Marcus Sawyer, Matt Knight, other guys that deserved to get scholarships. They was kind of shunned on because people couldn't believe the things Bastrop High was accomplishing at that time. But T-Mo, we're going to take another intermission, and when we come back, we're going to get your final thoughts of the things you've been hearing going on with Scrap City, and get your final thoughts on how you feel and what you would like to see from the heart of Terrance Moses for your beloved Scrap City when we return after this intermission.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back with legendary class of 1993, Terrance Moses, after this short intermission. Welcome back. This portion of the show is being brought to you by none other than Kick Thrones of Scrap City, Louisiana. And shout out to Fred Halster and the Black Heart Association for their sponsorship and their support. And this is also being brought to you by Stardom Networks, one of our Facebook supporters. We're still here with class of 1993, one of the most arguably best sound and around athletes at his size at 6'2", 240 pounds. You can write it down. Probably one of the best to ever do it. He's still here. Terrance Moses is still on the air with eMERS 360. T-Mo, I have enjoyed you, brother. I appreciate you stopping through and calling through and visiting with us and sharing the story of Terrance Moses. But, you know, things haven't always been on the upside since those glory days of the 90s and the mid and 2000s. From the heart of Terrance Moses, from hearing the things you hear about Bastrop, what would you like to say to the citizens of Scrap City?
Man, I would like to say, just keep the faith, man. Just keep praying. Just keep on looking to the hills, man, because that's the only way and the only person that is going to change our situation and any other situation. But I would love to see Bastrop just to get back to the fun-loving Bastrop that we used to know. I mean, not even if the football program or whatever just come back around. I just want the city just to come together, man, and just, I don't know, man, stop all this violence and stop all this nonsense, man, because, because time going, man, and as quick as time going, people going, so I just wish we can just get it together, man.
Right, and T-Mo, how things were when we were kids and looking at it now. What do you see that what do you know from your experience now and raising kids and going on and being a college athlete and looking back, what do you think the youth really need in this generation?
Well, back then, like they say, hey, it's an old saying, but it's so true. It takes a village, man. Hey, if you messed up down here, Miss Davis can put something on you, then she can bring you home to your parents. And they was gonna put something on you too, But of course, since laws and the time changing and people changing, they don't want to, say nothing to the kids and all that stuff. So, I see that as maybe, as maybe one of the big differences.
Right, most definitely. And, you know, we hear that a lot. You know, people don't like for others to say anything to their kids, but people don't know, especially parents out there that's listening that have athletes, that is essential in keeping him on track, and that he get the opportunity to experience the next level and potentially go on to the pros, which is not promised, but it's the experience of playing in high school, and it's the experience of playing at the next level, no matter what level that may be, and get a college education. Terrance T. Moe, man, we want to thank you for stopping through here at Immerse 360 and helping us with our first broadcast on Dewey Rock radio station KDOI, which is going to have more things coming. Man, any last words from the great Terrance Moses before we let you go?
Look, man, I just want everybody just to be blessed, man, and hey, man, no matter what you're going through, man, just continue just to trust in the good Lord, man, because He's the only one that can do it for you, man. And hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I love Strop City, man. Hey, go Rams. You know what I'm saying?
Already, brother. We're going to let you go and continue your night, brother, and may God bless you and continue on a prosperous journey. Hey, that was the class of 1993. Legendary Terrance Moses, number 74. Legendary 6'2", 240-plus pounds that ran the 100 in a 10-something, in the 40, in the 4-something. Hey, we want to thank you guys for stopping through for this first episode on the all-new KDOI, The Rock, Dewey Rock radio station, coming soon with a great tune. Hey, you guys, this has been brought to you by Involve Social and Civic Club, where we understand the social and civic needs of love, learn, live, and laugh. Until next time, I'm your host, Maserati. Y'all get involved. Y'all stay encouraged. And most of all, y'all stay immersed. Here's classmate of Terrance Moses, PJ. We stand up. We out of this thing.
Yeah, this is the real Ross, and I'm going to give a shout out to my nephew, King Dirty. Positive journey. Everybody stand up for positivity.
All my big dogs want you stand up. All my street goons want you stand up. If you white collar, give me stand up. If you get it independent, stand up. Now all my big boss chicks stand up. Now all my keep it good chicks stand up. Now if you get it how you live, stand up. Nice whip on crib, stand up. I keep my fist in the air, cause I don't care. Look harder till I die, I'ma try to get you up out of there. Most high, watch out for him, cause big bro in these streets. I share my life when I talk behind these beats. A 318 rider, standing on top of the South. It's your boy PJ, I told you what that blue life all about. Still let it folk. I had to finish and let the sun hit it from the city full of hustlers, born and raised, go get it. Shout to the hustler, stay connected to the muscle. It's red, black, and green over here, way deeper than colors. Mama said, son, go hard, don't look back. Leave the past where it's at, always state these facts. Truth be told, kinfolk, we living in the last days. Government shutdowns, and yeah, ain't nobody getting paid. That's why I'm dying to stay focused, my enemies necessary. Cause there's too many of mine buried early in the cemetery.